Yeah, so it was right in the competition. So why don't they take the samples before a competition starts? So you get to know, and you just tell this person, look, we just found out this and that and this about you, and then you shouldn't be part of it.
Well, I believe at every point, an athlete should be clean. At every point. That's why they do those periods when they're not having competitions, they're also tested. At every point, it should be clean. It should be seen to have an undue advantage over your fellow competitors.
Okay, are there some drugs now that everyday drugs, like maybe Panadol Extra and some other ones that some athletes want to stay off, that have some things that's contained in the banned substance that they need to stay off? Because they wouldn't know the composition of the drug. Because it's talked about when you, reflects on this urine and all that, cocaine and all of that. Are there some drugs that they actually need to stay off that will have this, effect, this reflecting some of the banned substance when they're tested?
Well, not every doctor or pharmacist will know what substance is on the water list, first of all. And also, there are some medications that you want to stay with that you have to prescribe. For instance, someone going for dentist to see a dentist and he has to extract his tooth. They give you local anesthetic like maybe lidocaine. Can also come out as cocaine in your system. So there are times you may not know which substance we banned on. These drugs are everywhere. For instance, this drug you use, metronome, is not approved in the US, but it's freely used in the Russia and other Ukraine and other countries. Yes. So it can be difficult to say which one shouldn't I give, which one should I not give. It's difficult. Yeah. So like I said, if you're using a substance, yes, for using a substance, declare it. If it's been seen in your system before the competition, get a report from a doctor why you're using it. Okay.
Okay, doctor, before we let you go, let's find a way out of this thing. How much education do we need to do to these athletes, to even medical practitioners attached to the team to ensure that we have clean persons in sports?
Well, we have a long way to go, well, especially in Africa, where we don't really do much documentation. We don't we buy drugs off the counter. Well, I think, like I said earlier, the best thing to do is stay off. If you don't have a reason to take a drug, stay off any drug completely. Get yourself tested regularly. Get regular checkups by a doctor. If you have a reason to use a drug, have a good reason to use it. A written, well-documented report. If you need one from a doctor, get one and present it to the body, that footballing, tennis, anyone, why you're using the drug, and let them know you're using beforehand, before you're even tested at all. So that it's not that you are caught and you start giving reasons.
Okay, like in Nigeria, let me just ask this last one. Like in Nigeria, now where you have some athletes, sometimes, they're injured and all that, they had to go through the traditional medicine and other herbal drugs. Is it advisable for them to do that?
It's quite risky because we all know those drugs contain a lot of concussions. It's quite risky.
So it's better to
stay away from it. And if
no herbal drugs for athletes,
forget about it. Forget about it.
Okay, that's it. Dr. Maitomi Molasha is a medical doctor, and he's been speaking to us on the Maria Sharapova issue. Thank you so much, doctor, for coming around. As you said, the education is never ending. So when we have need for this again, we'll get you to come talk about it. And Cecilia, it's not just us talking about what happened with Maria Sharapova. A lot of sports personalities, particularly in the tennis family, everybody is stunned. Yeah,
they are, especially Rafael Nadal. He says he was actually surprised he woke up in the morning and Maria Sharapova of all people, and he said, well, he's clean. Then, of course, Pt.2 was also talking about the fact that, when things like this happen, you just have to watch out. But it's like, of all the tennis players that are coming up, so the only friend Maria Sharapova seems to have right now happens to be Serena Williams, because she was the one who really, supported her, commending her courage. But the others were just saying, look, you shouldn't have done this at all. Well, kind of blaming her, no, for it. Well, let's hear from Rafael Nadal and Pt.2.
It's difficult to to imagine that something like this can happen, but it's obvious that mistakes are there. Everybody can have mistakes. I want to believe that for sure is a mistake for Maria. She didn't want to do it, but it's obvious that it's a negligence. So now that's the rules are like this, and it's fair, and now she must pay for it. I heard about a few times again about doping from my person. I was very far all the time. I really don't know nothing about the doping, and I am completely clean guy. I worked so much during all my career, and when I get the injury, I get the injury. I never taken nothing to be back quicker, and never have no one temptation on doing something wrong. I believe in the sport and in the values of a sport. The sport is an example for the society, is an example for the kids. If I am doing something that goes against that, I will be lying myself, not lying my opponent.
Actually, I was a little bit surprised because it's a tough moment for the sport, but you know, it's tough to speak about it. I don't know many things. I just heard, I just read some lines. It's it's a bit disappointing for the sport, but the people know what to do, what to say, and we have to wait.
We just have to wait and wait what's going to happen to Maria Sharapova. Well, from on Saturday, she will be provisionally suspended.
And
I'm going to miss her for a while.
Well, she went on social media she said the outpour of love and care was so encouraging. And then she promised her fans that she'll be back to tennis. But what a lesson it has been, not just for Maria Sharapova, but also her peers, because everyone now understands that, look, even if you have 10,000 persons in your medical team, you should protect your career.
Just watch out yourself.
Yeah,
Maria
Sharapova said she should have been conscious of what she put into her system, you know, because you've been taking this thing for a long time. Cecilia, come on, we keep saying it. When we come here to talk sports, there are a lot of lessons to be learned. She got an email, and then she now comes out to say...
She read through the email, there was a link.
On the attachment.
You know, sometimes because of virus and all that, you're like, okay.
But
I think
whatever you see from
WADA,
come on. You see it from WADA, you don't look away. You need to open it, you need to read it. And I think, again, I was supposed to even say that to the doctor on educating athletes. WADA can even call for a seminar, a workshop days before a competition. I said, just in case you didn't check that email that we sent, these are the list of banned substances now.
You think WADA...
Do enough education, and now we're expecting the Olympics. Do you know what the IOC they're running away from? Situations as this, so they say, go to CAS.
That's why CAS wants to take charge right now.
So CAS takes charge now and says, oh, the moment we find out that you're doping,
you face panel.
You come to court.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's serious business. We need to keep athletes clean, and the only way we can do it is through proper education.
Another thing, you know, you talked about education, which is really cool. Now, if WADA cannot do it, because I think they actually... Usually was setting the trap. Okay, I won't say that. But they're like looking for people to actually catch to show that they're working. Okay, now for you as a federation and for you as a team, then you watch out for other people. That's why she says she's taking responsibility for everything, and she's not blaming anybody at all or her medical team. She wasn't going to ask a question if she was going to fire any of her medical team, and she said no, she won't fire anybody and all that. She's taking all the blame. But I think, you know, as a team, maybe you know, before every competition and all that, you can actually call your athlete and just talk to her. Okay, these are the things that are happening. You know, you watch out for them. Also, for federation like Athletics Federation of Nigeria can also look at those banned substances also. Right. In case some of these younger athletes don't even know. Remember, Rudisha was actually talking about younger athletes doping. He said some of them don't even know some of the drugs that have been, some of the banned substances that have been introduced. So they still they will continue to, you know, do what they're doing and all that, because they've been doing it before and nothing's happening. Yeah. So federation also can call their athletes and, you know, every month, you know, just look at the list, send them, tell them, and they can stay off it. So it's going to help them no longer.
Remember in January, they suspended some athletes in Nigeria because of they tested positive after the African Games. Cecilia, what sort of education? What sort of rehabilitation? As in, from the Commonwealth Games?
The truth is that once you, like in Nigeria, once you once you're tested and it's positive to any banned substance at all, you're on your own. That's the way it works. So for athletes, just watch it for yourself. Don't take anything at all. I think it's
Kolo saw his wife's multivitamins and then just took it and put it in the system, and then when he was... So it's very, very, very important.